The inside story of Chat: how OpenAI founder Sam Altman built the world's hottest technology with billions from Microsoft. On November 30, 2022, artificial intelligence had what might turn out to be its Netscape Navigator moment. Roxana Dainshu, a dermatologist at Stanford University School of Medicine who also researches AI applications in medicine, asked it medical questions. Within 5 days of its release, more than 1 million people had played with Chat, a milestone Facebook took 10 months to hit. Chat is part of a wave of related AI technologies collectively known as generative AI.1 that also includes buzzy art generators like Midjourney and Lensa. Altman, the 37-year-old co-founder and CEO, embodies OpenAI's puzzling nature. At the same time, he sees the technology as a step forward in his broader, quixotic corporate mission to develop a computer superintelligence known as Artificial General Intelligence, or AGI. And yet, with Chat, Altman has turned OpenAI and the broader AI mission into the thing captivating the tech world. The question is whether the partnership he has forged with Microsoft can fix Chat's flaws and capitalize on its early lead to transform the tech industry. On a Thursday evening in mid-January in San Francisco, Altman makes a rare public appearance. The chat interface that allows users to converse with the AI in plain English, and many other languages, was initially conceived by OpenAI as a way to improve its large language models, or LLMs. Called GPT-3, it takes in more than 175 billion statistical connections and is trained on about 2/3 of the internet, all of Wikipedia, and 2 large datasets of books. When it was ready, OpenAI let beta testers play with Chat. But that effort ran into problems too, in part because OpenAI lacked the right data to train expert bots. Almost as a Hail Mary, Brockman says, OpenAI decided to pull Chat off the bench and put it in the wild for the public to use. Chat isn't OpenAI's only hype generator. DALL-E 2, another OpenAI creation, allows users to create photorealistic images of anything they can imagine by typing just a few words. The system has now been emulated by others, including Midjourney and an open-source competitor called StabilityAI. OpenAI has an even more powerful LLM in beta testing called GPT-4 that it is expected to release this year, perhaps even imminently. Altman has also said the company is working on a system that can generate video from text descriptions. A cynic might suggest that the fact OpenAI was in the middle of raising a large venture capital round might have something to do with the timing of Chat's release. OpenAI says the timing is coincidental. That tender offer is happening alongside the just-announced new investment from Microsoft, which will infuse up to $10 billion in new capital into the company. In essence, OpenAI is lending the company to Microsoft for how long depends on how quickly OpenAI can make money. The document seen by Fortune reveal that OpenAI has had relatively modest revenues to date and is heavily loss-making. Last year, the company was projected to bring in just under $30 million in revenue, according to the documents. OpenAI is projecting that, with Chat serving as a siren song to lure customers, its revenue will ramp up rapidly. It is forecasting $200 million in revenue for 2023 and expects revenues to top $1 billion in 2024, according to the documents. It has launched an OpenAI-branded suite of tools and services in its Azure cloud that will allow Azure customers access to OpenAI's tech, including GPT and DALL-E tools. Microsoft is gradually infusing OpenAI's tech into much of its software. The ability to take an AI solution developed by OpenAI, put it on Azure, call it Azure AI, it keeps them competitive. The bigger prize for Microsoft might be in search. Google currently dominates the market for search, with a greater than 90% market share worldwide. Elon Musk was there. Google had just acquired what to Altman, Musk, and other tech insiders looked like the odds-on favorite to develop AGI first, London-based neural networking startup DeepMind. The new lab aimed to be everything DeepMind and Google were not. Together, the founding donors pledged to give $1 billion to the idealistic new venture, although according to tax records, the nonprofit only received a fraction of the headline-grabbing pledge. But training the giant neural networks quickly proved to be expensive, with computing costs reaching tens of millions of dollars. After a few years, Altman and others at OpenAI concluded that to compete with Google, Meta, and other tech giants, the lab could not continue as a nonprofit. Setting up a for-profit arm allowed OpenAI to raise venture capital. Altman approached Nadella about a deal, flying to Seattle several times to show him OpenAI's AI models. While Altman was involved in OpenAI from its inception, he did not become CEO until May 2019, shortly after it converted into a for-profit enterprise. Altman is an entrepreneur, not a scientist or an AI researcher, and he is known for being unusually adept at raising venture capital money. According to several current and former OpenAI insiders, the startup's priorities began to shift as Altman took the reins. A once broad research agenda shrank to focus mostly on natural language processing. Having been founded to be free of corporate influence, some complained OpenAI was quickly becoming a tool for a gigantic technology company. OpenAI was also becoming a lot less open. OpenAI says it continues to publish far more of its research than other AI labs. And it defends its shift to a product focus. Finally, Murati says that OpenAI wants to put its technology out in the world to minimize the shock impact on society that really powerful technology can have. By lowering the cost of producing bogus information to nearly zero, systems like GPT-3 and Chat are likely to unleash a tidal wave of misinformation, he says. OpenAI is working on methods to make AI-generated text easier to detect, including possibly adding a digital watermark to Chat's output. There are also ethical concerns about the way Chat was originally assembled in 2022. A $9 billion class action lawsuit filed in federal court in California potentially has profound implications for the field. Microsoft and OpenAI have declined to comment on the suit. The OpenAI who's who. Venture capital muscle.